Hey there, welcome to Hiking for Health CA, which stands for California. And we're going to do a little something different, start a whole new line of videos on camping and specifically campground reviews. Because I've been doing a lot of that lately, and sometimes because I've been getting more and more into more day hiking than backpacking a lot. And especially because my wife has always enjoyed camping, I've always enjoyed camping. We converted our Subaru into a little camp vehicle, a little adventure mobile, and I'll be doing a video on that too because it's been a lot of fun how we've done it and things. And I think there's some people out there who might be interested, so I'm going to do a video on that. But we converted it into a camping little machine and have been doing more camping. And usually where we go camping, we'll do at least one little hike somewhere and things. So it kind of helps with the channel. So the first camp review I'm going to do here today, now that I've wasted a minute on what I hope is going to be a 5-ish to 6-ish minute video, is the Calaveras Big Trees Campground, Calaveras Big Tree State Park, which is up in the, I guess it's considered the Sierra foothills, just starting the Sierra kind of semi-Sonora area. And just to let you know, I'm going to be going over the actual campsites that you get to camp in, kind of reviewing those, reviewing the amenities within the camp, and then taking a look at some of the stuff you can do in the area of the campground. And that's how I'm going to come up with my score, my rating for how I rate a campground stuff. So Calaveras Big Trees, it's in a beautiful area. And as far as the campsites themselves go, they were really nice, the one we had. And of course, I can only go by my personal experience. I mean, if you've been there and you got a really bad site, you just hated it, you know, that was your personal experience. I can only review things that I've experienced myself, and our experience was really good. The campsite was nice, and all the ones around it, they get the people in there, but you don't feel just packed in on top of each other. Our little campsite was fairly secluded, and when we took a walk around on the road, just taking a walk in the evening and stuff like that, a lot of the campsites seemed that way. That you had your campsite, and then you had some brush and trees and things separating the next campsite over, so you didn't feel like you were all just right on top of each other. So that was really nice. I gave the campsite itself a pretty high mark. It had all the usual amenities. It had a picnic table. It had a fire pit. It had a place to put away your food, kind of a food locker. Not a full bear locker, I noticed, but at least, you know, had a place you could put it if you wanted to. The camp amenities are nice. They do have a kind of a general store type of, they have a visitor center and a lot of nice, very simple hiking trails right around that area that you can go. It talks about some of the giant sequoia redwoods that you can see there, including some displays there, and a nice little souvenir store and things like that. So, and also with the camp amenities, I'll go over things like it's got a full regular bathroom, running water, porcelain toilet. So that's kind of nice for those of you who aren't into the old camping it rough ways. Yeah, you have your bathrooms. It's got showers in the area and things like that. So camp amenities, pretty good. Very positive as far as I was concerned. And then the nearby activity, there's a bunch of stuff. In the park itself, there are, if you're into hiking, several hiking trails. And I'm always going to skew my scores towards that because I am ultimately a hiker. I enjoy hiking. So yes, several good hiking trails, both short and long, depending on what you feel like doing. The park itself extends out. There are other campgrounds. We stayed in the, let me double check it, North Grove campground. Now there are other campgrounds in the area and stuff like that because it's a large park. So my experience with the North Grove campground, really great view of the open meadow from where we camped and all kinds of things like that. So that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. Our experience was positive. And so for Calaveras, oh, by the way, I'm always going to mention, because some people it's important, other people you absolutely don't care. So for the ones who do think it is important, I'm on the Verizon cellular network, and my wife and I also, my wife is also on the Verizon cellular network, and we both had cell signal, full cell strength, the entire time we were in the campground, even in our actual campground, full cell strength. So if that's important to you, there you go. You've got that. So I'm going to give Calaveras Big Trees State Park, as far as a camping experience goes, a total of a 4.5. Really good. I mean, it's, you know, I don't consider a perfect score that easy to obtain. They come pretty close to it. I think the only thing that would knock them up would be if they had more things in the campsite itself, like, you know, a super awesome, or not campsite itself, the campground itself, you know, really great superstore or something like that. I don't know. But as far as what we were able to get, I'll give it a 4.5. So that's Calaveras Big Tree State Park. And with my little 1-minute ramble, I did get it to around 5 minutes. So there we go for our first campground review. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.